give us a sense of kind of what we refer to as the mini bye week. You want some time away to let the bodies heal, but you also know got work to do as well. Where was the focus between time and away and time at the building?
Mostly for our players, it was time away. I think as coaches, we spent time, on our own, kind of looking at where we are after 7 games. What do we need to improve on? Where are the areas that are the most significant concern? How do we get better in those areas? And then, we'll move on to getting ready for Indianapolis. But I thought, there were some positive conversations that went on over the weekend and some thoughts that we have in terms of how we can be better.
Now, Coach Allen, looking at what's occurred in the Caesar Superdome and how we've not been able to take care of the dome field advantage, I'm looking at, obviously, the loss. So we look at it was the second in a row for the Saints, but their 12th loss in the past 20 home games. I mean, that's unacceptable. You can't be hovering at 500 at home, and we can't be 8-12 at home, and then now you drop below 500 for the first time this season. So what is it? Are we pressing too much to want to impress the home crowd, playing in the dome instead of taking advantage of that? What's your take on that? Initial drives, opponent's opening drive. You had played 18 consecutive games without allowing a touchdown on the opening drive. The last time that happened in Week 5 last season against the Seahawks. And then, the Jaguars made the opening drive look easy. They just had to convert only 1 third down. And then I'm looking, completed 5 or 6 pass attempts in the opening drive, 21, 15, 14. And then, Trevor Lawrence had a scramble. Trevor Lawrence didn't look hurt to me. I'm looking at it. And it kind of almost took the crowd out of the game from the get-go.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any question about that. That was disappointing the way we started the game defensively to give up a touchdown on the opening drive. And it's not something that we've done, much around here. But obviously we didn't play as well as we needed to on the opening drive. I think we settled down a little bit after that. We knew that was going to be, an explosive team. We knew that was one of the things that they did really well is they created a lot of explosive plays. They got a lot of weapons offensively, and they. They executed well in the first drive of the game, and we didn't execute as well as we needed to. We gave up some explosive plays, and that's what happens when you give up explosives. So, hopefully we'll be able to kind of learn from that, and we'll be much better moving forward, particularly when we're playing at home.
Coach, you said this afternoon you had your Monday normal press gathering with the media that some of the frustrations that people have seen on the sidelines just kind of comes from players not being on the same page. I guess just curious as to, overall, if fans were asking, well, how are they not at Week 7 on the same page, or is that just kind of the new wrinkles that are being put in and week out?
I think we need to do a better job of being on the same page. I think that's where the frustration comes in, is that I don't think that should be the challenge right now, 7 games into the season. So, those things have to be obviously addressed, and they have to be fixed, and we got to do a better job of fixing them.
Now, Coach Allen, fans have talked about, because they analyze, break down every play, and that you look at effort. Okay, how do you describe effort? Because believe you me, I've been around players that if the ball wasn't coming to them, they're lollygagging around. And they might say, I know the ball's not coming to me, but then all of a sudden they would set up a defensive back, and then I was able, particularly Andre Rison, who would not necessarily do all what the coach expected him to do, but he would always perform and get it done. So when I look at a particular route and you look at the progression of the quarterback going through his progression, is that and I think I could see where Derek Carr is coming about with Chris Olave, that you got to be 100% to stretch the defense. And then you talk about the progression where the ball's supposed to go. But I think if you have an offensive play, you have to be aware that things could change in a split second, and the ball might be coming your way, so you can never loaf. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Look, and I would say I don't think we should be talking about an effort problem with Chris Olave. Are there some plays that he could be better on? Yeah, certainly there are. So just like anybody else, he's going to continue to work to improve. I think you can look on the tape, and there are some routes that he's hauling ass on. So I don't have a challenge with it. Do we need to be better? Yeah, but I think that situation's been way overblown.
Yeah, because it's all about production. Going to the right place with the football. That's the quarterback, the receiver running the right route, and if you produce, then this doesn't come to the forefront. When you don't produce, then it gets blown out of proportion. I totally agree with you there. But what's not blown out of proportion, look where we're at right now. We want to feel better about ourselves, but we're only one game back in the NFC South. Look what just occurred between Tampa Bay and Atlanta. And we play Atlanta on the back end twice. So we're right there. I mean, I tend to look at the glass half full instead of half empty.
It's time for us to take advantage of that. I'm in agreement with you, Bobby. Like, it's right there for us, but we gotta jump up there and go take it.
Yeah, we got to go out there and take it. And it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback, who's the quarterback for the Colts, who's the quarterback for the Bears. Okay, so maybe the Vikings aren't closing out games like they did in the past, and then you look on the back end of schedule. That's true. You truly take it one game at a time, but it's there for the taking. So I know you're going to challenge the team, but you got to look at yourself in the mirror. What can I do to all of a sudden? To win 2 games in a row, you got to win 1. To win 3 games in a row, you got to win 2. So it's there for the taking. It's just a matter of, like, all these players being a pro and take pride in your craft and look in the mirror, what can I do to help this team win, and all of a sudden get some confidence and go on a winning streak.
Yeah, Bobby, I think that's what we all have to do. We all have to look ourselves in the mirror and see what we can do better to give ourselves a better opportunity to win. Because quite frankly, our worst opponent or toughest opponent this season has been ourselves. And so we've got to do a better job of doing what we need to do that's going to allow us to win and eliminate the things that keep you from winning. And that's where we're going to get better.